But if you are here, you are learning, you have to be present and you get that. Correct? So you have to let me know. So let us start with an example for the t-test difference of mean. Now what the example we are taking today is that the sample of two types of electric bulb were tested for the length of life. Earlier also we have taken one example where we have taken some of the CFLs as a sample and find out that the mean life of CFL is greater than or less than some hours that we have worked for. Correct? This is what I remember. Here again we have an example and we are taking two samples for the two types of electric bulbs. And what we are looking for, again we are looking for the length of life, means what is the duration, how many hours we can work with the bulb. Here observations are given to us, sample size 8 and 7, sample means are given and sample standard deviations are given. What we are looking for is the difference in the mean is sufficient to guarantee that type A is superior to type B regarding mean life. We are looking for that is there any difference between the mean life of the two bulbs, and if yes, then is the given data sufficient to guarantee that type A bulb is superior to type B, means the mean life of ours for type A is more than that of type B, because whenever a customer is going to the market, he is going to purchase the one having the more life in ours. Correct? And here we have given when population standard deviation is not known but is assumed to be equal. Means we are not aware of the all population standard deviation, how they are different from their average. But yes, we have assuming to be equal. Correct. So actually what we are talking about is the same population bulbs, but yes, we have two types of electric bulbs. So we can say we are working with a two population from which samples has been taken. And the sample size here, if you note down, let's see what are the things given to us. So here we have sample A, means we have N1, N2, 8 and 7. Sample means are given, it means we have X1 bar and X2 bar. Another thing we have is S1 and S2, the sample standard deviation. Okay, so these things are given. So as a first thing what we have to do, whenever the question is there, first we have to write down H0, H1. We have to write down the given things, and then after in t-test for difference of two mean, you have to calculate first the common variance s square. Correct? So these are the things. Here s square is written directly 1436. Let us do it here, that how we are going to do it. Remember the formula how to calculate s square. S square means n1 minus 1, n1 minus 1 is 7 into. Now here one more thing you have to take care, that's why I have started doing that whenever we are doing for s square, okay, and sometime in the formula we are going to take s outside, so you have to take care of, okay? And here what we have written, sample standard deviation, it means whatever the values are provided, these are s1 and s2, and in the formula what we need n1 minus 1 into s1 square. So because students used to do the mistake that sometimes variance can be given, sometimes standard deviation can be given, so sometimes they confuse regarding this as s square is given and or s is given and they are doing an error here. So you have to be very careful. If s and s1 and s2 are given, you have to make them square. So let's write down, it's n1 minus 1 into s1 square, n2 minus 1 means 6 into s2 square, 40 square, divided by n1 plus n2 minus 2. So 8 plus 7, 15, 15 minus 2, 13. And if I do individually, the degree of freedom here is 7, the degree of freedom here is 6, and 7 plus 6 is 13. So after doing that, we are getting the value of s square as 1436. You can also confirm it. Correct? And here might be some mistake is done. It is small s square, not capital. Now again we have not been provided with what should be the difference, so we are assuming that we are checking for the null hypothesis that the mean of the population is same, and here h1 we are saying is not equal to, here it is mu1 is greater than mu2. Why we are saying greater than? Because here if we see, we are looking for is the difference of mean sufficient to guarantee that type A is superior to type B. Type A is superior to type B means the mean length of life for A is greater than that of B. So when greater than sign is coming and we are creating a hypothesis, so what it should be? It should be H1, because here we have no equality sign. And the opposite one, if we frame, either we have to take equal to or less than equal to this or this. So you can take any one of the combination, but here we have greater than sign. So this is our H1 we have framed. Then after we have to apply T statistic. So on application of this formula using the above defined values, we are getting value is 10.1, and T at certain degree of freedom at 5% level of significance is 1.77. Correct? Now I'm going to ask some of you, and only those have to answer me, that you are going to accept the hypothesis or reject it. Let me take Deepta and Arjun. Can you answer me, beta? We are going to accept the hypothesis, mean the mean life of the bulb of the two varieties what we have considered is same. Are we going to accept the hypothesis, or we are going to reject it? And we will say, if we have rejected, then obviously the mean life of A type bulb is more than that of B bulb. So what you are going to say? Are you going to accept the hypothesis or reject it? I will give you attendance only when you are going to answer me, because I'm not sure students are learning or not. Still, attendance has not been done, and I think today you will give me the response. Huh? Arjun and Deepta, better find it out. It's very simple. Already we have done it so many times. We are going to compare the standard value with the calculated value. And what we can see, the hypothesis is accepted or rejected. Okay, got the response from Arjun. What about Deepta? Deepta, are you listening? Write on yes or no, at least I will come to know your speaker is working or not. You can listen to me or not. Very strange. No response. Hmm? It's your choice to give me the response or not. I can't come there and find it out what you are doing. Okay, others are saying rejected. Chale. So obviously, in one go, one can see that t value is very high, and as compared to the standard values that we used to have. So obviously, the hypothesis is rejected. So when the hypothesis is rejected, it means type A bulb is superior to B bulb. Right? So this completed our t-test. So what we have done, we have learned t-test for one mean, t-test for two mean, and for two mean we have taken the assumption that the population standard deviations are unknown, but they are same. And in order to start with, in comparison to the z-test, what change we are getting is that in z-test we have just started with the denominator part as under root of sigma 1 square by n1 plus sigma 2 square by n2. But here we are saying it's not so. Z-test formula is totally different from t-test with regards to the denominator, because in t-test we are calculating the standard deviation separately. Correct? Now the third type of variation that we are going to learn for the t-test is paired t-test. There is nothing like this we have learned in the z-test, but here we are going to learn for the paired t-test. And if I let you know that I thought for that I will add one or two more examples of this, but I forgot. It just came to my mind that I have to go for that. So in between, I will stop this PPT, the recording, and we are going to have some more examples. Might be if I can search it now. And after attendance, then we are going to start with the next test. Okay? Because otherwise I will not be satisfied. Let's start with. Here we have pair test or the paired t-test for 2V. Without going to the picture or the slide, let's first discuss it what it is, because then it will be very clear to us regarding the formula. Till now what we are doing is, let me create some of the diagram just in order to make you convinced about that what pair t-test is. Till now what we have done, from a population we have taken either one sample and we have looked for that something that we are calculating for the population is same as that of sample or not. If we are working like this, so it was a one mean test, means we have applied t-test as x bar minus mu divided by under root of s1 s by or s square by n, correct, or s by under root n. If we are working with the two population, means we have one population, another population, from both of the population we are taking out a sample, and from these samples we are finding out that is there a difference between the mean value calculated for these samples or not, or might be when we have only one population and we are taking two different samples out of this and we are looking for that is there any difference between the two samples, then here we have learned about the t-test for two means. Okay? And now we are saying paired t-test. So what paired t-test is, we are talking about here one population and we are talking about only one sample. Now what we are going to compare, earlier we said that is the sample coming from this population or is there is some change or the mean is same or not, like these things we have discussed about. Now what we are saying, now we have taken a sample from a population and we are checking it prior to some experiment and after to some experiment. This is what I can say in the layman language. Means I have a single sample and to this sample we are doing some of the experiment type of thing. I'm looking for the association between some of the things. Correct? And the most common example that we used to take is the patients, because most of the examples that will come in front of you will be related to patient. Now what we are saying relating patients, that suppose I'm taking a certain group of patient and I'm going to check what is the effect of the particular drug. Let me check, we have devised a drug for the blood pressure. We are looking for that what is the effect of taking the BP medicine to some of the patient. Are their BPs now remaining normal or not? So what we can do, we can note down their blood pressures before starting the medication, that what their daily routine is, what the BP they used to have. And we have started with some of the medication, and in order to find out the result, after some days, we are again noting down the BP, that what their BP is in the whole day or in some of the days. So whenever these type of thing has been done, your sample is same. Your sample is not going to be changed, and you are observing something for the sample. You're not comparing it with the population. We are just working on a sample, either prior and after some experiment. We are looking for the change in the things, or we are looking for the association between the two things that are actually present in the sample itself. Correct. So in that case, we have not to go for the normal t-test or the pair test for the difference of mean or one mean, but here we have to go for the paired t-test. Correct. So hope so I am giving you the meaning, the knowledge regarding where the t-test is not to be applied simply, but we have to go for the paired t-test. Correct. So when we are looking for the paired t-test, the summary value are the sample mean of the difference in the measurement, the standard deviation, and the sample size corresponding to the number of pairs of observation. Now, what we all want to say is here what will be provided with. Let me try to write down here what are the things that could be provided to you when we are going for the paired t-test. Till now, what we are working with, we are working for the two samples or one sample. Here also we have the two reading.
Ma'am, here we can, ma'am, in paired sample t-test, ma'am, we can also take example like when suppose we are performing when two tests on same person, ma'am. Ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
before and after, ma'am, like ma'am, we perform ma'am
Mm-hmm.
sugar test like before eating and after eating, fasting that in lab.
No, but actually when we are going for before eating and after eating, they are different, na? if I'm looking for the effect of some medicine, that
mm.
earlier what is the sugar before eating and now what is the
Ma'am,
sugar
like
before
you
eating.
give, like you give example of ma'am blood pressure and that
Hmm.
medicine effect. Ma'am, we can also ma'am like suppose we are taking ma'am blood pressure through ma'am two different equipments or
Hmm.
ma'am two different.
At
So
the
we can
same
all
time. At the
okay
same time, if you are performing that,
at the
let us
same
say,
time. Okay,
means
okay,
suppose I have purchased two devices to for the digital blood pressure, because now we are monitoring digital at our home also. So if I
yes ma'am.
want to see that are the two devices working properly or not, so what I can
Hmm.
do at the time when I am checking my blood pressure, I will not go to the one machine, but I will operate both of them. Correct? And
Hmm.
then I will find out is there any significant difference between the two, or they are giving me the same result. Correct? So in
Okay,
that
okay,
case, you can go for that.
okay ma'am.
So here what is being provided to us is either the data values. So if the data values are giving, suppose we are taking two machines as Himanshu is saying. So we have the data values for the two things. We have the mean values for the two means, and we are finding out the difference. Here till now we have not done with the difference. We have just calculated uh, using the formula. Correct. Now what we are saying, we will calculate the difference d bar, difference of mean, and then we are going to calculate the standard deviation of the difference also. Correct? Means whenever we are working for the pair t-test, either working for the normal one, what the change here is, we will find out the difference of the two data values, their mean, and finally the standard deviation. And what formula we are going to use is this one, d bar divided by sd by under root n. Till now what we have done, we have done x bar minus mu s by under root n. So the formula is near about same. But what the change is, there we are talking about the population mean and the sample mean. Now what we are saying, we are looking for d bar, which is the difference mean. Whatever the reading you are getting, the difference in the reading mean divided by the difference standard deviation divided by under root n. Okay, one more thing uh, that is possible, that while doing the pair t-test, till now what we have done, we have seen that when we are working with the two samples, or either in the z-test or t-test, we can have different value of n1 and n2. है. But here, if we are getting the different values, it means we are not doing the pair t-test, because whatever the data values should be there, they should be equal in number. Suppose if I am taking the reading from one device 10 times, then from the second device also we have to take the reading 10 times in order to find out the exact difference. Correct? And similarly, if you are talking about the effect of some medicine or the drug on a blood pressure, then we have to take the same number of reading before taking the drug and after taking the drug. Means here the number should be same. The reading should be same from both of the procedure or both of the effects if you want to see. And here if you see what the hypothesis is, we are again framing that the difference in their mean is zero. We are assuming that whatever the procedures, whatever the effects we are looking for, they are exactly same. Means if we are looking for mu1 and mu2 as the two population mean, actually here we are working with the sample, but as a hypothesis standard form, we have to write down either this, or we can say mu d is equal to 0. D represent difference, and alternative hypothesis means mu d not equal to 0. Correct? And here also we have the degree of freedom as n minus 1 that we have done for the t-test. This is the formula for the sample variance. There we have taken x minus x bar square by n minus 1. Here also we have d. In place of x, what we are saying, the difference. I will tell you regarding the example how to find it out, whatever the data should be there. So here we are saying the formula is summation of d minus d bar square divided by n minus 1, or this is the shortcut formula, might be you are aware of this. And if you remember, we have learned in the expectation also, we have written there now, we have x square e x square minus ex whole square, so it is the same thing here. Correct? In terms of the difference. And standard error, obviously whatever we have divided in the t formula, that is sd by under root n. let's start with an example. Here we have taken an example. Here the difference of the hearing capacity of the two ears are taken. So obviously ears are connected to each other, right ear and left ear. So here we have the data values for the ear measurements, and we are looking for that is the hearing capacity of the left ear is same as that of right ear or not. Correct? So here whenever the things are connected somewhere, we have to go for the paired t-test, and you can see the data is provided to us. So what we have to do, the first thing is we have to go for the difference. Means we have taken the third column as the difference between the two, 63 minus 63, 57 minus 56, 62 minus 62, like this. So the first step is to find out the difference between the two readings that has been provided to you, and then after you have to go for the d bar, the difference mean. So let us see what the difference mean should be. Let's find out the sum. Total readings are 10, correct? And if I find out what is the sum, I think 4 and minus 1 are coming in negative and positive both, so it will cancel out. So only term is 7 and 1 8, correct? So we are getting d bar as 8 by 10. Hope so you are getting it. It's just simple thing. Difference we have calculated, and then after we have to find out the mean of this difference, d bar. Because in the formula we have d bar divided by sd bar under root n. So this is the first thing we require, difference and its mean. So d bar divided by sd bar under root n. Now sd means d minus d bar square. So here you have to do whatever d is, you have to calculate d minus d bar, their square, and hence their summation. Correct? So d summation of d minus d bar square by n minus 1 will give me the sd value, which is coming here as 2.94 with n is equal to 10. Correct? It is given that the t table value for the 9 degree of freedom on the right hand side is this. It is the standard value given, and if we compare with the t paired t-test value, which is d bar by sd bar under root n, it's coming as 0.86. So we are going to accept the hypothesis, or we can say we do not reject the null hypothesis that the difference mu d is 0. Hence there is no difference between the right ear and left ear measurements. Correct? Hope so you are getting it. That here first we have to find out the difference. After finding out the difference, we have to find out the mean of that difference column, standard deviation for d, and then we have to calculate the paired t value given by the formula d bar divided by sd by under root n. And after calculating it, the same procedure we have, that we have to go for the decision whether the hypothesis is accepted or rejected. So here we have accepted the hypothesis. It means what we are saying is there is no difference in the hearing capacity by the right ear and the left ear. Okay. So this is all about the pair. Correct. I'm stopping the recording.